From Daily Trust News Center, this is the News Hour.
On News Hour tonight, a new twist to PDP crisis. Party members in Borno accuse national chairman of candidate substitution. Police intercept 2 buses loaded with live cartridges in Lagos. 75-year-old grandpa, 21 others arrested over illicit drugs seized in 7 states. Hello and welcome. I'm Zainab Bala. The Borno North Central stakeholders are accusing PDP national executives of anti-party activities by substituting Borno senatorial candidate ahead of the 2023 elections. The aggrieved party members at a press briefing lamented that the released 2023 INEC election candidate list bears name of an aspirant who did not participate in its party primary elections. The spokesman of the Borno North Central, Sheikh Umar, said it's dissatisfied with the PDP national leadership for supporting the substitution of Jibril Mustafa with Bukar Kachela. He further called on INEC to restore their elected senatorial candidate, Jibril Mustafa. The stakeholders added that failure of the Abuja party leaders to give the nod will spell doom for the PDP in the general elections.
Who most of those candidates are backed by the so-called Abuja politician, and on most occasions, these candidates, these Abuja-based leaders are viewed by virtually every party member as well as people of the state that they are working for the APC. Although we understand that Honorable Jibril Mustafa Tatabe has already gone to court to reclaim his mandate. It is worthy to note that people of the Borno Central Senatorial District and the state are watching the event within the need of interest or as it's unfolding, but we as a party need to be very careful because it may likely affect the interest of the party negatively and eventually lose the support, base and sympathy of the Tiwan populace.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo says Nigeria needs a government that has a proper understanding of governance. Obasanjo speaks at a colloquium organized by Old Boys of King's College, Lagos, to mark the 113th anniversary of the college. He said national identity is the foundation of social position. According to him, weak social position causes distrust as people are reluctant to engage with one another, noting that the Nigerian dream must start from the national identity, which Nigerians can all hold on to.
Being in Nigeria as first and being anything else as second. Being in Nigeria as first and being anything else as second. Now, if we are able to do that, and we are able to work on that, and we are able to really lead that and live that way, even the appeal we are making will not be necessary because that will have been taken care of. I told the president of the World Bank, help me. He said, well, if you do well, we will help you. And I will go around the world. After 4 years, I didn't get anything. Anytime body I went to, they would say, oh, you have a good place. Stop there.
A group of youth within the People's Democratic Party in the north have staged a peaceful protest in Kaduna State to demand the immediate resignation of the party's national chairman, Senator Iyorchia Ayu. Holding placards with various inscriptions, the group, under the aegis of Northern PDP Youth, took their protest to the state PDP secretariat in the Kaduna State capital on Saturday. Although they were denied access to the premises, the leader of the group, Chairman Northern PDP Youth, Shehu Issa, insisted Ayu must step down to pave way for Southerner to emerge as chairman of the PDP. The demand, according to him, is in the interest of peace, equity and fairness. He said the continued stay of Senator Ayu in office could jeopardize the success of the party in the 2023 general elections.
At this time, Nigerians need PDP. Nigerians want PDP. But with this internal crisis, I don't think we will succeed. That is why we are calling to Mr. Ayu, the PDP national chairman, for him to fulfill his promise to resign. Because during the convention, Ayu promised that immediately Northern Nigeria, imagine as in PDP flag bearer, is going to resign or is going to step down. For now, we have almost 6 months now after the convention. Ayu still remain on the seat as the PDP national chairman, which is injustice. We are calling to the PDP NEC, PDP BOT, PDP caucus, PDP NWC to do justice for all. We, on behalf of the coalition, if you see it now, on behalf of the coalition of the Northern Nigerian PDP Youth Forum, we are calling to Mr. Ayu, PDP national chairman, for him to step down, to resign as in PDP national chairman, so that PDP succeed, so that we win this 2023 common general election.
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps is to deploy 30,000 operatives to ensure peace during the upcoming general elections in Nigeria. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, is billed for another general elections starting on February 25th next year, when the President, Vice President and National Assembly members will be elected. A crowded field of 18 political parties is expected to field candidates in a landmark election, viewed by analysts to be a three-horse race between the Labour Party, People's Democratic Party and the ruling All Progressive Congress. Speaking in Abuja on Sunday, the Commandant General of the NSCDC, Ahmed Audi, said the operatives will be deployed nationwide to maintain peace. According to him, the NSCDC has perfected plans to deploy all resources needed to provide security during the elections. The People's Redemption Party (PRP) governorship candidate in Katsina State, Imran Jafar Jr., has challenged contestants to present their drug integrity test results to the public. Jafar Jr., who gave the challenge while displaying his certificate before newsmen on Saturday in Katsina, said it was important for all candidates to subject themselves to the test. He said he was tested and declared drug-free by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. He pointed out that after the NDLEA test, he also tested free at the General Hospital in Katsina. He called on all the other candidates to do likewise to ensure that drug addicts are not elected. Now, the Election Petition Tribunal for the July 16th governorship election in Osun State would hold its inaugural sitting in Osogbo, the state capital, on Monday. The Independent National Electoral Commission declared the candidate of People's Democratic Party, Ademola Adeleke, as the winner of the election. The candidates of All Progressive Congress in the last governorship election in Osun State, Adegboyega Oyetola, is challenging the result at the tribunal. Trust TV's Hamid Oyegbade reports that both Oyetola and Adeleke expressed confidence in the ability of the tribunal to do justice in the matter. Oyetola's Chief Press Secretary Ismail Omikbido said exploring the legal option will further deepen democratic values. The chairman of PDP in the state, Adekunle Akindele, said Adeleke and his party have deep confidence that the tribunal will deliver a fair and equitable trial without fear or favor. Police officers attached to the Ikorodu division in Lagos State have intercepted 2 commercial buses loaded with a large cache of live cartridges, 3 dismantled motorcycles and some personal effects. Spokesman of the State's Police Command, Benjamin Hundeyin, said in a statement on Saturday that they were intercepted at Poromokwe Estate, Ijede Road, Ikorodu, Lagos State. Hundeyin said preliminary investigations indicate that the suspects were on their way to Katsina State. Meanwhile, the recovered exhibits, as well as the vehicles with registration numbers KMC 438YK and KMC 394XF, have been transferred to the Lagos State Command Headquarters, Ikeja, for further investigations. Operatives from the Federal Capital Territory Police Command have arrested members of a 3-man robbery gang who specialize in home invasions, property and vehicle theft. The suspects, numbering over 10, are reported to have invaded a housing estate along Warimpa Road, stealing property worth millions of naira. FCT Police Command spokeswoman Josephine Ade said the suspects were found to be in possession of a Mercedes-Benz, laptop computers, mobile phones and other valuables at the time of the arrest. Gunmen suspected to be assassins have killed 2 men at Sabangari quarters, Fagge local government area of Kano State. The gunmen reportedly first shot at their target victim, Ifeanyi Ilechukwu, who died instantly, while they gave the second target, Chibuke Emmanuel, a hot chase before he was shot. Confirming the development on Sunday, police spokesman SP Abdullahi Kiyawa said the police have launched investigation into the killing, which is suspected to have been carried out by assassins. The spokesman said Ifeanyi Ilechukwu was confirmed dead at the hospital, while Chibuke Emmanuel died while being attended to at the hospital. A 75-year-old grandpa, Usman Burkina Bejama, is among 22 suspects arrested in operations across 7 states by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. During the operations, 1,001,387 bottles and capsules of banned new psychoactive substance, Akuskura and Tramadol, as well as 2,536 kilograms of cannabis were seized and over 10 hectares of its farms destroyed in Edo and Adamawa states. The report.
The septuagenarian was arrested in the early hours of Tuesday, 20th September at Angonsate, Marabontola, Mayo Belwa Council area of Adamawa, where he had a cannabis plantation from where 49 kilograms of illicit substance was recovered. In Kwara, at least 19,878 bottles of banned new psychoactive substance, Akuskura, were intercepted by the NDLEA operatives along Ilorin-Jeba Highway on Wednesday, 21st September, and 2 suspects, Oladokun Oluwaseun, 49, and Ibrahim Jimo, 27, were arrested. Earlier, 2 suspects, Ukoro Ifeanyi, 46, and Idowu Toyosi, 20, were arrested with 2,290 capsules of Tramadol and 100 bottles of codeine-based syrup at Maraba Park, Ilorin. The drugs were brought in from Onitsha, Anambra State. In Lagos, NDLEA operatives acting on credible intelligence intercepted a Volvo truck loaded with 2,146 kilograms of cannabis at Sangotedo area of Aja, and 3 suspects, Abdulaziz Rashid, Afiz Rahim, and Mashud Suleiman, were arrested. At least 997,119 capsules of expired pregabalin weighing 733 kilograms were recovered from Musbau Yau 28 and 5 others at Ansare area of Kano, while in Enugu, 197.8 kilogram cannabis was recovered in the store at New Market, Enugu on Tuesday, 20th September. In the same vein, 1,117.7 kilogram of psychoactive substance was intercepted at Okene Abuja Expressway in a truck coming from Lagos to Abuja. In Edo State, 6 cannabis farmers were arrested when the NDLEA operatives stormed their farms at Chibeta, Utesa Forest in Ozia North local government area, in Ukodo Forest, Umumande local government area, where over 10 hectares of cannabis plantation were destroyed and more than 193 kilograms of the processed illicit substance seized. Those arrested include David Hansen, Ufoma Progress, Marvelous Armstrong, Marvelous Efe, Joshua Abubakar, and Elijah Abubakar. Meanwhile, anti-narcotic officers at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, have arrested 2 freight agents over attempt to smuggle 26.20 kilogram cannabis concealed in cereal packs through the Sako Shade for exports to Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Chairman, Chief Executive of NDLEA, Brigadier General Muhammad Buba Marwa, retired in a statement by the Director Media and Advocacy of the agency, Femi Babafemi, commended the officers and men of Adamawa, Kwara, Lagos, Kano, Enugu, Kogi, Edo, and MMIA commands for their resilience, while charging them and others across the country to remain vigilant and committed to the collective goal of saving Nigeria from the drug scourge.
The Kano State government has reiterated its commitment to the fight against drug abuse among women and youth in the state. The State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Zahra Muhammad Umar, said this on Saturday at the graduation ceremony of trained and reformed drug-dependent youths at the Kano Reformatory Institute in Kiru local government area. Muhammad Umar said that 21 youths, including 20 males and 1 female, were reformed and trained on various entrepreneurship skills to become self-reliant. She said they were counseled on the effects of drug abuse before undergoing recreational entrepreneurship classes and other relevant knowledge to make them useful to society. The graduates, who were trained in shoemaking, carpentry, poultry, and sewing, were also empowered with materials to begin their trades. A 21-year-old man, Michael Arigbowo, has reportedly lost his life at a birthday party after allegedly mixing 2 hard drugs for maximum effect. The police public relations officer in Lagos State, Benjamin Hundeyin, confirmed this on his verified Twitter handle on Saturday. Hundeyin said the incident happened on Friday in the Ikorodu area of Lagos, adding that 3 of his friends who were also at the party had been arrested. The suspects claimed that the deceased allegedly smoked loud and drank codeine at a birthday party of one of their friends held at the Igbobo area of Ikorodu. The PPRO said that the corpse was evacuated and deposited at the General Hospital for autopsy. You're watching News Hour on Trust Television. Coming up, life inside Sambisa. Details of this story after the break. To stay.
As the 2023 elections draw near, remember, evil prospers when good men and women only wish for peace, but never take a step to make peaceful elections happen. Are you a father? Are you a mother? What are you saying to your children as elections approach? Have you warned them not to let themselves be used to cause violence? Have you explained to them what the consequences of electoral violence might be? Do your part to make peaceful elections happen. Talk to your children. Protect them from unscrupulous politicians who want to put them in harm's way, while their own children are comfortable at home, within and outside the country. Let's join hands to make 2023 elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NOAA.
TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is News Hour on Trust Television. Our top stories. A new twist to PDP crisis. Party members in Borno accuse national chairman of candidate substitution. 75-year-old grandfather, 21 others arrested over illicit drugs seized in 7 states. Moving on, the Jigawa state government has said at least 134 persons have so far died, while property worth over 1.5 trillion have been lost to the recurring flooding in the state. The acting governor of the state, Umar Namadi, stated this on Saturday when he hosted the United Nations Children Emergency Fund chief of the field office for Kano, Katsina and Jigawa states, Rahman Rihub Mahmood Farah. He said the water is flowing towards the east of the state, adding that 2 local governments, Karikasamwa and Brinawa, are on danger list. Namadi said the flood affected over 272,000 people, while over 76,000 lost their houses, adding that 1 village was completely destroyed and a local government totally cut away from the rest of the state by road. In terms of government property, Namadi said 22 roads and 11 bridges were washed away by the water and advised that dams be maintained and sand evacuated. The Police Service Commission has extended the deadline for the ongoing 2022 Constables recruitment application by 1 month. The Commission's recruitment portal, originally scheduled to be closed on Monday, September 26, 2022, will remain open to applicants until the 26th of October 2022 to give enough time and accommodate all interested applicants. A statement by the spokesman Ikechukwu Ani said eligible applicants who have been unable to apply are advised to take advantage of this extension. The statement maintains that applications are free. The Commandant General of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ahmed Audi, has dismissed insinuations of conflict of responsibility between NSCDC and the Nigeria Police. Audi dismissed the insinuation in an interview with journalists in Abuja. He said the Corps is a specialized agency created by the Nigerian government and charged with a very specialized function as encapsulated in the National Security Strategy document approved by the Office of the National Security Advisor. According to him, it is stated very clearly that the Corps is a lead agency in the area of critical national assets and infrastructure. Audi said there was no basis for the call for a merger of NSCDC and police, saying the Corps has remained focused on doing its job without any form of contest with anyone. The Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enita Ogunwusi, on Saturday commemorated the dawn of first day of creation and preached love and unity among Yoruba people. The annual Olojo Festival attracted dignitaries including the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, to represent President Muhammadu Buhari at the event. Trust TV's Hamid Oyebade files in this report as presented from our studio.
The spiritually inclined event was in commemoration of the dawn of the first day in recognition of the beginning of the existence of man. Before the Saturday event, Oni of Ife went into seclusion where he was believed to have interfaced with spirits and performed necessary rites. His coming out is believed to signify a new beginning. The traditional ruler rained blessings on his subjects, the Yoruba race, and also prayed for peace in Nigeria. The monarch called on all and sundry to support government and security operatives to end insecurity in the country. Speaking on the occasion, President Muhammadu Buhari, who was represented by Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola, charged Nigerians to restore the old glory of the country in farming, saying that the bedrock of Nigeria's economy was famously known to be agriculture. Speaking on the essence of the festival, the Sooko Adimola Obalufon of Ile-Ife, Oladele Olasoji Ajilesoro, said the event is a celebration of the unity among Yoruba people.
Olojo means the day of the new dawn. It also signifies unity between all the aborigines in Ile-Ife, right from the ancient of days. And what we do yearly is to celebrate the unity of the Yoruba race, right from the beginning, as early as the 12th century.
Also, the spokesperson, a traditional women group, Yeye Molu, the lioness of Oduduwa Oluwakemi Babalola, said the festival is to promote unity and love.
The lesson of Obolojo Festival is that we need to have a peace and unity, love one another, sharing with each other, like our Baba is telling early, that is love. Kabiyesi Onirisha love peace and unity. And we want everybody to have a good lesson today. It's good to be good. It's good to be helping each other, one another, because you cannot know what will even happen in direct future.
The governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, has presented the staff of office to the new OV of Mosoga Kingdom in Ethiopia West local government area of the state. At the presentation ceremony to His Royal Majesty Sunday Odogu Okpue Oduaka First, Okowa, while calling for respect for traditional rulers across the country, urged the people of Mosoga to promote the integrity of the traditional institution. He appealed to all sons and daughters of the community to work together with the OV for sustained peace and progress of the kingdom, Ethiopia West local government area, and indeed the state. The governor, who was represented by his deputy, Deacon Kingsley Otoro, urged the people of Mosoga to accord their traditional ruler maximum respect. The people of PM Chiefdom of Mangu local government area of Plateau State have decried non-compliance with Supreme Court judgment by the state government to instill new traditional ruler, architect Hudu Ibrahim Manomi, as the district head of Gindiri. The residents, led by Awal Ma'aji, told a press conference in Jos that the community is surprised that after the Supreme Court judgment mandating the state government to instill the embattled Manomi, Governor Lalong had refused to install the elected chief of the community. Ado Musa completes the story.
According to the resident of the community, the Plateau State government had on May 17, 2004, constituted a selection committee presided over by late Nde Gofwen, which produced architect Hudu Ibrahim Manomi as a new Sumpiam of PM Chiefdom. They said the matter was taken to the State High Court, Appeal Court, and Supreme Court, and the selection of the Manomi was affirmed by all the state court, but the state government had refused to abide by the court orders, adding that rather than abide by the court orders, the government chose to recognize Charles Matu Dakat as the Sumpiam of the chiefdom, describing the development as a miscarriage of justice.
Now, with the subsiding judgment orders of the Supreme Court of 1st February 2019, it becomes more worrisome and dismaying that the Plateau State government continued in defiance of the law and the cause of natural justice, not to complete its statutory duty or functions of approving and installing the duly selected Sumpiam of the Chiefdom, architect Hudu Ibrahim Manomi, but rather choose to recognize and deal with Mr. Charles Matadakat as Sumpiam, whom they clearly and unequivocally proceeded to purportedly produce blazingly in an act of abuse of office.
I will also recall that the Supreme Court had on June 3rd this year asked the State High Court to restore and implement its judgment.
Supreme Court on the 3rd of June 2022 referred that Plateau State Trial Court, the High Court, should be approached to effect and implement its restored judgment via an executory order of enforcement, following which the Plateau State Trial Court, as High Court, on 2nd September 2022 granted an interim order, justice security, in the sum of 2.3 billion against Plateau State government, its Attorney General, Mangu Local Government Area Council, despite deposit in an interest yielding account at UBA Bank pending the determination of the originating summon before it.
The people of the community, however, call on the Plateau State government to follow the path of honor and ensure justice to the community.
The Plateau State government should appreciate the process of rule of law as the basis of civilization and democracy, the respect of which brings about harmony, development, peaceful coexistence, as the stability of the state lies on respect of court judgments, especially Supreme Court.
All attempts to reach Silvanus Tafgun, Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, on the development were not successful. There has been disagreement between the residents of the community and the state government since 2004 on the chieftaincy title in the area, with the aggrieved people saying they still remain obedient, calling on the state government to implement the verdict of the Supreme Court of February. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
The term Asoebi has become generally accepted and used in Nigeria to celebrate different occasions. In Nigeria, Asoebi, which is translated from Yoruba to English as family cloth, has found its way into almost every traditional event in the country. In this report, Abubakar Abdullahi takes a look at the use of Asoebi by Nigerians. The report is presented from our studio.
Asoebi is a uniform dress or dressing style that is traditionally worn by Yorubas and then some other African cultures as an indicator of cooperation, close friendship, and solidarity during ceremonies, events, and festive periods. The purpose of wearing the dress can be to serve as self-identification with age mates, relatives, or friends during social occasions or funerals. Over the years, the styles that come with using Asoebi have evolved due to the general acceptability of the concept.
What they normally do is this anko. If it is, for instance, wedding, you may have more than 2 different ankos. From the husband side, the bride, you have their own. From the husband side, the groom, they have their own too. And that is, it is to prove to the people that they okay from so group, this is their anko, and they can even identify themselves based on the dressing that they have made for that particular purpose. But I want to tell you that people are no longer interested in culture, and that is why the philosophy changes. So they are not going for the orthodox.
During occasions, especially weddings, naming ceremonies, and even birthdays, celebrants select Asoebi styles for family members, friends, and other guests. The culture of Asoebi has become so popular that it has become a revenue-generating venture for many.
Because it cannot be a revenue generation, because it is the bride or the groom that will use his resources to get these things for his people and maybe his well-wishers. So to me, I don't look at it as a revenue drive. It could be a revenue drive to people who are selling it and not the person who is using it.
Baba also said the style is different from one community to the other.
If you are talking about the anko, like I said, anko, they are not mostly cultural materials. They are these orthodox dresses that people now use. It's just like they are copying it from the Western world. You understand? And the difference here is most people from this Western world, they find it difficult to use our cultural material because they are looking at what is the value, what is the economic importance, then the social understanding of these materials to them. You can only, like me, I can value either the Afro dress or Alago dress more than anybody who is outside because he doesn't know the value.
He said, due to the acceptance of this style by different communities, hardly is there an occasion, such as a wedding, naming ceremony, or burial, without Asoebi or anko.
Pantami Phone Village is one of the largest centers where creative youths deploy their talents in the mobile phone industry for self-reliance. Among the many skills deployed by hundreds of youths in Gombe State is wrapping mobile phones and computers with polythene. Ibrahim Ismail visited the village and now reports.
This is Muhammadu Kabiru, an entrepreneur who specializes in covering mobile phones, computers, and other accessories with polythene. On average, he makes 1,000 naira profit on a daily basis. Kabiru is proud of his craft and how far it is helping him.
With
just a 500 naira polythene, you will cater for yourself and even help others. I achieved a lot. I built a house and established this shop from the proceeds.
The
young entrepreneur who called on the government to support the mobile repair industry urged Nigerian youth to be productive for self-reliance. I am calling on the youth to join the phone wrapping craft. One can learn the craft in a day.
sun kai 6.
I trained 6 boys who are now making fortunes.
Sun manna leda kuma sun yi tagomashi.
Other entrepreneurs who make ends meet from the fun wrapping work highlight their milestones. The most interesting fact is that you can't miss a day without getting some money. According to the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS), the information and communications sector of the Nigerian economy contributed over 17 trillion naira to the nominal gross domestic product (GDP) in 2021, and fund wrapping is just one of the many areas in the sector. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
About 700 Plateau State youths have undergone training in the creative industry, particularly in film production. The training attracted participants from the 17 local government areas of the state. The aim of the training is to ensure that the abundant creative talent in the state is meaningfully explored and tapped. Stakeholders say it is important to revive the industry in the state because the first Nollywood movie to hit the Nigerian screen, Living in Bondage, was shot in Plateau State, as well as other soap operas that took the nation by storm. It is on this premise that the state government resolved to train the youth in contemporary film production so that they can make a global impact and raise the state to its rightful stand in film production.
With programs like this, with ideas that are coming from our brothers and sisters from the diaspora, we are sure that we are not only going to be back to where we are or where we were, but we are going to surpass even that period to a greater height and to the glory of God. So I want to encourage all of us, especially you the youth. What you will be taught in the next 5 days is critical in your life. You should know that it's not all about negativity. We watch a drama here, and I want to thank the children for bringing out some of the norms or some of the vices that we are being confronted with as a state and as a nation. But I want to also assure that there are many, many good things that are happening in this nation. And while you are looking at the negative, you do well to also look at the positive.
It's actually a program that is designed to showcase the true potentials of the creatives here on the plateau, because we know that Plateau State has lots of talented people who are actually looking for a platform that will expose them. And this is basically what this project is all about.
Busy spots in the Federal Capital Territory are regaining momentum after the COVID-19 pandemic that almost crippled their operations. In this report, Trust TV's Kabir Lawal examines the effectiveness of these spots and how residents of the Federal Capital Territory patronize them, especially at the weekends.
Busy spots in the Federal Capital Territory include Millennium Park, Jabi Lake Park, Central Park, and others. These are places where people relax with friends and family to unwind time and cool off after a busy working week. A cross-section of people who spoke to Trust Television explained that relaxation is of paramount importance to the overall well-being and optimum performance of the body.
Some has their services are okay, the prices is affordable, they are okay. I like the way they park.
Of course, you know we are in Abuja then, so you expect things to be high. So averagely, compared to, of course, I'm from, I was based in Plateau State just before I came to Abuja, and of course you can't compare the prices of, you know, the same items there and here. Yeah, so relatively, well, it's fair enough.
While some are glad that busy spots are not just a place to relax, but also a place to meet new friends.
Social gathering is the other school that we are not talking about. So we go to school, we spend time in school, we don't even make friends. So where did you make the real friends? It's on the social gathering. So if you don't go out, you don't meet people of same interest. So it is good to go out.
What keeps me going in social gathering is I meet new friends. I do come across people I never met before, and connections that I never expect at times do come to me.
You interact with people, you meet people of same interest, and there you build relationship. I think it helps society to grow and foster unity among different people with different ideology.
Residents then called on the government to make the prices of food items more affordable to enable the less privileged to also enjoy the sports.
Coronavirus has come to scatter everything, and the issue of security. Apart from these two things, if government can be able to put security challenges into place, everything will be fine.
Certain kind of regulations should be made. I mean, of course, life is about people want to, go out, chill, have fun, and take away certain kind of stress from life. And of course, all these areas, if the services are, a bit more affordable, it encourages, those kind of gatherings, and then people are not, terrified to go to those places. They can actually go because they know they can afford it.
I think our government should own more of those places, because some people tend not to go out because of the fees attached to it. If there are free places with government facilities that people can actually go to, sometimes government can even organize some of these social gatherings.
Busy sports are not just meant for relaxation, but also have indoor games and other social activities to calm the nerves, especially at the weekends. Kabir Lawal, Trust TV News, Abuja.
What Sambisa means to the people of Borno State may not be the same with Sambisa in Abuja, a slum that provides opportunities for livelihood, leisure, and the practice of Rastafarian ideologies. In this report, Trust TV Shafiu Suleiman visits a slum, which means different things to different people. His report.
We drove through a difficult terrain to come to this area called Sambisa, an Mpape in the heart of Abuja, Nigeria's capital. It is not the usual Sambisa you know in Borno, talking about the ground zero, the operational base of the most wanted terrorist in Nigeria, Abubakar Shekau. In this Sambisa, you find the good, the bad, and the ugly. We met youths who are using their skills to earn a living, talking about the auto mechanics living around here. We also interface with Rasta Judas. He and his enclave think differently from the way other people think. Oji Shrine is also there, to serve as a place to unwind, especially for people after the day's job.
Like Rasta, most time we move from the city to a more natural place. So what they brought us here was to live with nature actually, because Rastafari is about nature. When we talk of nature, it's as good as saying spiritual. So our natural being, I believe that I'm a natural human being. So for me to attune my spirit with nature, I have to live with nature.
Before we came here, we discovered there are Rastas around here. So as you can see, that's Fela, that's Bob Marley. Yeah. So we just came to create something that is already been known for here. That's why we came and we set it up here.
As we move out of Sambisa, leaving behind the Rastaman enclave and its inhabitants, one thing that also attracts my attention is the topography of the area. Of course, and the serenity, which is enough, to draw the attention of the city dwellers to move here for fresh air. From Sambisa, here in Mpape, Nigeria's capital Abuja, Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News.
Now, you're still watching news on Trust Television. I'll see you on the other side of the break. To stay.
That's great. It's good to see you.
Welcome back. You're still watching News Hour on Trust Television. Moving on, one soldier was killed and at least 6 others wounded in Somalia when a suicide bomber blew himself up at a military base near the capital, Mogadishu. The bomber distinguished himself as a soldier and joined others as they filed into a military base early on Sunday before he detonated the explosive, said Captain Adon Omar, an officer at the base. A nurse at Medina Hospital in Mogadishu said it received 1 dead soldier and 6 others who were wounded. It was not immediately clear who was responsible for the attack, but the armed group Al-Shabaab frequently carries out bombings and gun attacks in Somalia and elsewhere. The Al-Qaeda allied group wants to topple Somalia's government and establish its own rule. Alleged Rwandan genocide financier Felicien Kabuga will go on trial in The Hague on Thursday, one of the last key suspects in the 1994 ethnic slaughter that devastated the small Central African nation. Kabuga's trial will open at a UN tribunal where he has been charged with genocide and crimes against humanity for his role in the massacres 28 years ago of some 800,000 Tutsis and moderate Hutsis. Prosecutors and the defense are expected to make their opening statements on Thursday and Friday, with evidence in the case to start the following Wednesday. Kabuga's lawyers entered a not guilty plea to the charges at the first appearance in 2020. Once one of Rwanda's richest men, prosecutors say the octogenarian allegedly helped set up hate media that urged ethnic Hutsis to kill Tutsis, cockroaches, and funded militia groups in 1994. And in sports, there is no chance the contract for all proposed all-British heavyweight world title fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua will be signed on Monday, says promoter Eddie Hearn. Monday is a deadline set by WBC champion Fury's promoter Frank Warren. On Friday, Fury said Joshua does not want to fight him, with 3rd December being mooted as a date for the bout. Fury, 34, offered Joshua the fight despite the 32-year-old suffering a second successive defeat by Alexander Usyk in August and failing to regain the WBA, Super WBO and IBF belts he lost to the Ukrainian in September 2021. Joshua's team said they have accepted all terms to the offer. Now, Belgium's Remco Evenepoel claimed the World Championship road race title after producing a stunning solo breakaway win in Australia. It caps off an incredible season for the 22-year-old who became Belgium's first Grand Tour champion in 44 years when he won the Vuelta a España. He finished 2 minutes and 21 seconds ahead of France's Christophe Laporte. One of the pre-race favourites, Mathieu Van der Poel, dropped out early after he was arrested on Saturday night. Double Olympic champion Eliud Kipchoge has broken his own men's marathon world record at Sunday's race in Berlin. The 37-year-old Kenyan crossed the line in a time of 2 hours, 1 minute and 9 seconds to beat by 30 seconds his previous best, set 4 years ago in the German capital city. He had previously taken 1 minute to 20 seconds off compatriot Dennis Kemito's 2014 record of 2:2:57 in Berlin. Kipchoge had played down his chances of a world record in the build-up. On an overcast day in Berlin, Kipchoge, who has now won 15 of his 17 career marathons, ran the first half of the 26.2-mile race in 59 minutes, 51 seconds, prompting thoughts that may become the first runner to break the 2-hour mark in an official race. Northwest China's Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region is home to some of the most unaccustomed instruments in the country. This ancient village is a must-see for musical enthusiasts. Take a look.
Мар эсимдики болса мененки бобам болду. Биз төрт авлат ушу чалгой жасап давамлаштырып келип атабыз. Biz 4 akufka şu memleketniki her qaysi joylarga şu yasagan çalgılarımızı setip çıkarıp özümüzün kirimimizni aşırıp bay olduk.
我们村已经有150多年民族乐器制作历史，2000年被国务院命名为中国新疆民族乐器村。在这个村子里，有100多个工匠从事民族乐器制作，主要生产27大类50多个品种，人均年收入可达到5万元以上。
And that's it on News Hour. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bala. Thanks for your time and company.